Hey, Northside, it's Mr. Beauclair, and I will be taking you through systems of equations, linear combination, better known as elimination. So let's pull this up here. I got a couple examples for you. Like I said, I'm gonna walk through these. All right, first thing we're looking at, we have x plus 2y equals 12, and then 3x minus 2y equals 4. So we need something to cancel out. So right away, you should see that we have a positive 2y in the first equation and a minus 2y in the second equation. All right, so basically I'm going to turn this into an addition problem, right? So we have a positive 2 minus 2, right? They will cancel out, so our y's are now gone. X plus 3x on the left-hand side is a 4x, and then 12 minus 4, or 12 plus a negative 4 is 8. Now, when I'm looking at this, it is 4 times x equals 8, right? Whenever they're smushed together, right, like they are there on the left-hand side, with the 4 and the x, that is a multiply. So we need to think, what is the opposite of multiply or divide? So we're going to divide both sides by 4. 4 goes into 4 once, or so on the left-hand side, I'm just left with x, and then 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, now what do I do with that? I take that 2 that I just found and I plug it into one of my original equations, okay? For me, I'm looking at the first one because x is by itself, so I can easily put in a 2, which is also, like I said, now going to be by itself because I'm substituting that 2 in instead of x. Now I have 2 plus 2y equals 12. So I need to get that 2y by itself, so I need to get rid of that positive 2. How do you get rid of a positive 2? You subtract it, right? So what's 2 minus 2? Just nothing, right? I'm left with over 0 on that side, but then I bring down that 2y. So now I have 2y equals 10 because 12 minus 2 is 10. Last thing I need to do, like I said, right now it's 2 times y equals 10. So I need to divide by 2 on both sides. 2 divided by 2 is 1, or just plain y, and then 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now what do I do with these? Remember, I need to put these into an ordered pair, so my answer is not done yet. Remember, it's always x comma y whenever I'm talking about ordered pairs or points on a graph. So the answer for this one would be 2 comma 5. Okay, I'm going to take you through another one here. Now this one, looking at it right away, we notice we have a positive 4x in the first one and a negative 4x in the second. So changing these over, making this an addition problem, my x's will cancel this time right away, right? 8 plus 2 is 10, so I have 10y on the left-hand side, and then 20 minus 30 is a negative 10, right? Remember, I've got 10y equals a negative 10, so I'm going to divide by 10 on both sides. 10 divided by 10 is 1, or just plain y. And then I have negative 10 divided by 10, which would be negative 1. Now, this one is not as easy as the first one, as far as, I have a y by itself, so I can just plug that one in there on my original equation. So I'm just going to choose the top one. Like I said, you can choose either one you want. So instead of a y there, I'm going to substitute that negative 1. So I've got 4x plus 8 times the negative 1 equals 20. Now, 8 times the negative 1 is a negative 8. So now it should be 4x minus 8 equals 20. Okay, so the next thing I need to think about is getting the x by itself, right? Because I'm solving for x. I need to get rid of a negative 8 or a minus 8. How do I do that? I add 8 to both sides. So that my 8's will cancel on the left, and 20 plus 8 is 28. I'm going to bring down that 4x. And then I need to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides. So I'm left with x equaling 7. Remember, you're writing this as x comma y, so my final answer will be 7 comma negative 1.